Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A live look at exact track 4D radar. After a mild December, the forewarned weather team is tracking winter weather set to appear this weekend. Radar clear now, but not going to stay that way. Glad you're with us at 11. I'm Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Let's get right over to forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams for a look at what's in store, Kim.
Well, tonight it's quiet. We've got a shot of the big house here. This is a live look at our Ann Arbor sky cam. It's 29 in Detroit, 26 in Ann Arbor, freezing in Lapeer, and 26 in Monroe. Weather impacts over the next 4 days. Low impact tomorrow, even though we'll get a few flurries through the day. No problems with traveling. Now Sunday, especially in the morning, we could have some scattered snow showers mixed in with a little bit of rain, and that could cause just some moderate travel issues. Then Monday's fine before our more impactful system comes in on Tuesday, brings us rain and snow. Before the weekend, 36 tomorrow, 38 with some snow in the morning on Sunday. And here's what we're expecting. As far as snow totals, not very much, anywhere from 1/10 of an inch up to possibly even as much as 1/2 an inch out at the airport, and then a little bit more than that down towards the border. So this is not a big snow event for us this weekend, but it's something you'll want to keep in mind if you're traveling Sunday morning. So light snow this weekend, a messy mix of rain, snow, and wind ahead for Tuesday. In fact, gusts over 35 miles per hour, and we could get some accumulating snow, and we'll talk about that in the forecast. If you have not downloaded the Forewarned Weather app, now's the perfect time to do it, because snow totals and also whether you get rain or snow really depends on where you live in Metro Detroit. So this app will be key for you throughout the next week. Just go to your favorite app store, type in WDIV.
All right, Kim. A federal judge has thrown out a lawsuit against the city of Dearborn and one of its officers.
The case stems from 2022 when an officer shot and killed an armed man inside the police department. Jacqueline Francis is live tonight with the reasoning behind the judge's ruling. Jacqueline.
The judge basically said that given the circumstances, the officer did not use excessive force, and had he not taken such actions, the public could have been in danger.
This is security video from December 18th, 2022. A man casually enters the Dearborn Police Department and then pulls out a gun, attempting to shoot an officer. His gun jams, and the officer slides open the bullet-resistant glass, firing his gun 17 times, killing the armed man. The man's family then sued the city of Dearborn and the officer in a wrongful death suit. Now, a federal judge has dismissed the case, ruling the shooting justified. In the ruling, the judge said the officer witnessed a threat to himself and others, and that the use of deadly force was not excessive. The Dearborn police chief is thankful for the judge's ruling, writing, quote, "This decision reaffirms the fact that the officer put his life at great risk to stop an immediate threat to himself, his fellow officers, and the general public during a busy afternoon in our lobby."
Dearborn Police and Michigan State Police did their own investigations. No criminal charges were filed. Reporting live in Dearborn tonight, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Okay, Jacqueline, thank you.
New at 11 tonight, Detroit police are investigating a shooting on the city's east side. It happened on Gratiot near Mack Avenue. Police say a man was shot. We've got calls into police for an update on his condition, but this is the scene tonight. We'll continue to follow it and update it first thing in the morning. 2 drivers are dead after a head-on crash on Detroit's west side. Happened around 2:30 this afternoon on Schaefer near Schoolcraft. Police say a man driving a Chrysler sedan crossed the center line, hit a Dodge Caravan head-on. The woman driving the Dodge died at the scene. The man driving the Chrysler was taken to the hospital where he died. 2 other passengers who were in the Dodge are in the hospital tonight. 3 federal judges declined to slow down the redrawing of 13 Metro Detroit seats and have real concerns about whether Michigan's Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission is capable of doing it.
Mara McDonald live downtown tonight. Mara, the court appears ready to appoint what's called a special master to come in and do the job.
Kimberly, that's right. As a matter of fact, I was talking to people who were in court today. They think there's a possibility the court could appoint 2 special masters in this case. This, as the commission is trying to go to the U.S. Supreme Court with an appeal. 13 Metro Detroit State Senate and House seats violate the Constitution because the commission who drew them used race as the basis for making them and diluted the black vote. That's the ruling from the federal court.
The motion is to appeal the decision of the three-judge panel.
In a surprise meeting yesterday, the Redistricting Commission voted to appeal that ruling to the Supreme Court. But that court is under no obligation to hear their appeal. With that in the background, 3 federal court judges today met to move this process forward. All 13 seats need to be redrawn so they comply with the law. Plaintiff Natalie Bien-Ami has faith in the federal court.
My hope is that they will be fair and equitable and really speak to the citizenry here in Detroit and for the state.
They are appointing a special master, potentially 2, to draw maps. They made clear they have real concerns over whether the commission is capable.
I'm very grateful that the judges continue to delineate and talk about line by line a myriad of issues that exist with this dysfunctional and defiant commission, as he outlined, Judge Kethledge, and his lack of confidence in their ability to move forward in getting these maps drawn.
So now the question is, how do you redraw these 13 seats and not impact those immediately surrounding them? Back here live, there's a whole lot of unease in Lansing about what these maps are going to look like after the redraw. In other words, are a bunch of politicos going to be out of a job because they're not going to have a seat anymore, or potentially a seat they can win? It is to the point that Senate Democrats sent over a brief to the court today asking the judges to not allow immediate elections with the redraws of these seats, at least for those Senate seats. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Really something. All right, Mara. The U.S. Supreme Court is going to decide whether former President Trump can be kept off the ballot because of his involvement in the January 6th insurrection. The justices will review a decision by the Colorado Supreme Court that said Trump could be barred from the Republican primary ballot there. The Colorado High Court cited the 14th Amendment, which bans someone from holding office if they engage in insurrection after taking an oath to uphold the Constitution. Arguments will be heard early next month, with a ruling likely will follow quickly. The chase for the championship is officially on. The Michigan Wolverines just days away now from taking on Washington in the college football championship, and the big Block M is already showing up in Houston.
And so is the Local 4 team. Hobie Artigue is there as the excitement builds toward Monday night's showdown.
They call this place Space City, and so far this season has been out of this world for Michigan. 14-0, now going up against fellow undefeated Washington for the national championship. Players obviously ecstatic for this opportunity, but so too are fans we caught up with on the way here to Houston. Days after watching a game-winning touchdown in the Rose Bowl, Michigan fans are already touching down in Houston, cheering on their team to the national championship game.
Just not living up to expectations and failing the last couple of years when we finally made it, so it's been a while.
Some fans are following in the Wolverines' footsteps from Pasadena and now to NRG Stadium, but others were holding out hope for Houston all along.
It was very exciting and stressful at the same time, but I knew we would do it.
Most fans on the way from Detroit on board with Go Blue, but we found a house divided too.
We're easy breezy until we win, and then we promise that he's not going to have an attitude.
Well, they say happy wife, happy life. But if they lose,
Michigan is chasing a title that's been 26 years in the making, and these Wolverines are determined to make this trip count.
The icing on the cake that we all have been waiting for many years.
Our Local 4 coverage is only beginning here in Houston. Coming up tomorrow, we'll have much more with players for Media Day. Outside of NRG Stadium, Hobie Artigue, Local 4.
Can't wait. Okay, Hobie, thank you. And a reminder, Local 4 will get you ready for the big game. Our Bernie Smilovitz, and as you just heard, Hobie Artigue, will be there to bring you all the action live from Houston, Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Only on Local 4, a 30-minute chase for the championship special with player interviews and some super fan stories you won't want to miss. That's Monday at 6:30 p.m. right here on Local 4.